Hello, how are you, Amanda? Saint Artist. And I'm going to say that like this because I'm going to talk about non-Saint products. I love my Saint, but I have oily skin. I've been where it's hot lately. I'm going to be where it's hot again. And I've been having a lot of conversations with people talking about the longevity of their makeup. So I want to talk about how to set your makeup to get length in your day. I want to give full disclosure. If you are oily, if you live where it's hot and humid, if it goes on like butter, it's going to melt like butter and it's going to move. It's makeup, not magic. Okay? Keep that in mind. You shouldn't have to redo your makeup. I firmly do not like to have to carry around my tins when I know I'm going to be where it's hot. Palm Springs, Florida, Hawaii, wherever you are. If it's hot, you don't want your tins in your purse. You're constantly going to be worried that they're melting, and I'm going to show you how to set your makeup. I like carrying around a palette too. There's one available right now. It's adorable. It's this guy right here. Look at how pretty that. I love this pattern. Holy guacamole. I love that pattern. But I like to keep a palette of powder. A palette of powder and a little brush, or you can have a little poof. These are on Amazon. You get a whole bunch for like $8. Super simple. But this to me is what needs to be in your purse. This isn't going to melt away. So here's what's key. Lighter coverage. Remember the pigmentation of Saint? Go lighter on your coverage. And if you feel like you don't look like you're wearing makeup, you need to change your contours. You need to change your blushes to punchier colors. It's not about adding more. In the summers when it's hot, you want lighter coverage, punchier colors. Because everybody seems to think you have to have more. This is super pigmented makeup. So if you want to look like you're wearing makeup, you like that makeup look. I like that makeup look. What I do in the summer is I do lighter coverage, but I use deeper contours and brighter blushes. Okay? And we can work that out. Send me your colors and let's find the punchier version of it. Okay? So I'm going to get into this because you want lighter coverage is key. Number one, that's what's key. Second, you need a setting spray that's matte finishing. e.l.f. has a really good affordable one. Charlotte Tilbury, Urban Decay. I like to go for the setting sprays that work for oily skin because it's going to set it a little bit better. I'm also going to refer back to COVID. I know. But boy, did we work on setting our makeup really well to wear a mask. Same goes for the heat. So we just take those things. It's kind of like when I was young. I was like, I'm going to use skincare for mature women because that'll help with the longevity of my skin as a young person. That was my method. I'm kind of going with the same ways. So they're not Saint products. I love my Saint setting powder, but I'm telling you, when COVID came and I had nurses and I had teachers that were wearing masks all day, this was their holy grail. This is the Urban Decay Pressed Setting Powder. I've hit 10. I use this. It looks like it has color to it. It is translucent and it is so good. So good. And I'm going to show you how you need your blush and bronzer brush. You need that fluffy brush or a kabuki brush will work, whatever you want. We're going to take our setting spray. And this is what's key. Anytime you add powder to your makeup, anytime you add powder to anything, I make Play-Doh, okay? Make Play-Doh. Powder will always change the consistency to a product. That includes your makeup. And so if you're not wanting that cakey finish, you really want to use a setting sandwich. I got this from an artist friend of mine, and it holds true because if you're wanting to reduce the texture, you need to add some moisture to it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my makeup with my setting spray. So taking my Charlotte Tilbury, Urban Decay also works really well. You spray it around. Get your face good and damp, okay? You want to feel the stuff on your face. You're going to take your Urban Decay. You're going to swirl that fluffy brush around, and when you tap it, you're going to tap it this way because you want that powder not falling off the brush. You're wanting it to fall into the brush. That way, as you apply it, think of glitter, you want it to continue. I'm going to start at the lower part of my face. I get lots of texture right here because I have contour, I've got bronzer, I've got blush, I've got highlight. So I don't want to thicken this. So I'm going to start down here and I'm going to come up. And then I'm going to bring it in. We're not picking up a whole bunch and we're just bringing this in. I'm avoiding the soft tissue area. Grabby, 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 tappy, 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 blendy, blendy, blendy. This works, right? You'll never forget tappy, 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 whatever. You'll always say tappy, tappy, tappy now. All right, so we're just building this in. It's not covered. It is giving everything a good final blending, but it is taking everything when you're working with creams. I want my makeup to still look creamy and yummy. I find Urban Decay setting powder is comparable to Saints, but it has longer wear because this one is waterproof setting powder. That's why this is better. This is not waterproof setting powder. Saint is not. This one is. And then we're going to take this. We're going to, again, tap it down. And I'm going to bring it down here. Set. Don't forget your neck. You put makeup there. Set it. And then when you think it's empty, you can press that in under your eyes. Okay? And then you're going to take your setting spray again. This is that setting sandwich. Spray, powder, spray. Sandwich. Okay? We're going to spray. We're going to make our face damp again. Not as damp as the first time. Take that fluffy brush, nothing on it except for what might be inside. And you're going to press in that setting spray because that's going to help reduce excess powder texture. And I really focus that right here, here, and under my eyes because I don't want heavy texture. And you just press it in everywhere else. That's how I set my makeup. And then I will keep my Saint. I'm not going to, because I feel like this can thicken if you used it throughout the day. So this is your at home. Your Saint setting powder lives in your purse with a poof. And if you need to press it out with your triangle first. And then you can go in and tap a little on. And that's when you'll, again, don't go directly onto a crease. So if you need to reset right here, I would recommend, I don't even know, going around it and then going into it. So go around it and then go into it to set when you're touching up throughout the day. Okay? And just pressing it out, but pick up the excess, reset with your finger first, then go in with your powder. It's makeup, not magic. It should move or it's going to mature and suffocate your skin. But you shouldn't have to redo your makeup. You just have to reset it. And that means pressing it back in place, using a poof to reset it back, whatever you want, and then using your powder throughout the day. But you should never have to carry a palette of full face makeup unless you're either doing your makeup in your car, at your desk, or you're going to be going out and you need to touch it up and vuv it up at the end of the day. But for touch-ups, you really just need a little extra powder if you're going to be in the heat. So that's it. That's how I beat the heat and set my makeup for longevity. Have